Cowabunga, all you dudes and dudettes of the MontyVerse. We are here to get radical and check out the first trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. This is the Seth Rogen TMNT film, the animated film that they've been developing for a few years now. I'm pretty excited about it. Do you know anything about it?
All I know is that there are so many Turtles projects coming out that I'm glad you clarified which one.
Well, guess what? We're gonna check this thing out. I'm really excited about it. The premise of this is that the Turtles are finally going to tackle the early teen years of the team that we really haven't seen before in other iterations of the property. They're usually like in their late to mid-teens. So I'm pretty excited to see it.
So it's the pre-Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Possibly, but who knows? I haven't seen anything from this movie yet, so let's check out this trailer. You ready? Mm-hmm. Starting the trailer right now.
This is a very interesting animation style.
I like it. Wow, look at that skyline.
It just looks like it's painted. It has like those textures.
That's so cool.
Like, it's hard to do new things, I feel like, but I love how a lot of animators innovate now. Do sewers ever actually say that?
Lob it up. Stay still. Stay still.
Now. Oh. Let's try that again, but with ninja stars.
Hey, why did we pick a fruit shaped exactly like my head?
Just stop talking. You're ruining my concentration.
You're fine. Chill. Who's gonna die?
Wait, did you hear that? What was that? Well, nothing we can do. You guys want to grab pizza?
Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it?
What the heck are those things? They look like little Shreks to me.
Oh, we've prepared our whole lives for this. Can I kick it?
Oh my God! Oh my, I'm gonna be sick.
Leo, what happened? Is Donnie bleeding?
It was an accident. Mikey, watch out!
Oh my gosh.
So, you were baby turtles who made contact with mystery goo.
Well, we prefer the term ooze, but yeah.
It's like more like, it's just nicer.
It rolls off the tongue better, yeah.
Ooze. It's nice, right? It's ooze.
Wow, this cast is stacked. Holy crap. Oh my god. August 2023. That's awesome. That's a cool date. That's a great date. Man, this movie looks fun. They stole that stab in the thigh joke, I feel like, from Anchorman. Not Anchorman, Talladega Nights.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's funny.
Okay, the first thing, like, probably that I'm hyper-focusing on is, like, what's the timeline of this? Because they're clearly using social media and someone referenced Shrek.
If I would have to guess, it's a modern interpretation of the Turtles.
Yeah.
So it's definitely modern times. And what's really cool about this movie, and you guys can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Laird and Eastman, the original creators of the Turtles, are involved in this. Okay, yeah, it says they were writers. It says they're two of the three writers, which is awesome. So it's like them giving us a modern interpretation of the TMNT, which for me as a fan of the Turtles comics is really cool.
I was gonna say, like, just to clarify, since I'm a newbie, is when you say the writers, you mean of the comics?
They created the Turtles. They're the team that created the TMNT.
Okay.
In the comic books. And what's really interesting is they haven't really collaborated together on a lot of things in recent years. So if they did really write this movie, this is a really cool, like, reason to watch it.
It is, especially, like, because that was so many decades ago now. So, like, the fact that they want to bring it up to these kind of modern sensibilities. It's more interesting when the fact that it's the original writers, that's more interesting than, like, just a random person, like, putting their own hip spin on it. So I think that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we have to talk about, before we talk about the Turtles themselves, let's talk about this art style.
This is so cool looking.
It's so cool, so unique, something we really haven't seen before in animation, really, in American animation, and in the Turtles especially.
Yeah.
So it looks like this water painting almost come to life. It's really, really cool. Looks kind of chalky-ish, almost like street art.
Yeah, like it's not perfectly refined. Like there's the shadows, the way it's shaded in. Like it's not like perfect lines, but I kind of like it. I never want to use the word gritty, but it's like there's a sense of imperfection with it, and that's what I think makes it look the better. And like just that, like the opening shot, like the street scenes, like even the background looks incredible. Like it looks like a piece of art almost.
It's so cool, and it's so amazing that we can see New York done in this art style, because I think New York lends itself so well to this art style.
Yeah.
With the neon lights and the brick buildings and and that red maroon from the bricks.
Right.
And
like
natural city lighting.
Yeah, the textures look incredible. Like,
so cool.
Looking at brick right now, and like it looks fantastic.
It looks beautiful, and the graffiti, like it feels so Manhattan. It feels so New York, and it's really cool when movies are able to do that. But especially in animation, and you were mentioning like this animation style's like a little grittier, a little unrefined, and I love that for a New York set animated movie.
And it's so funny because like this is completely different from Rise that came out last year, but even that was really unique. That was unique.
That was more of the Japanese anime influence, which was really cool, and I really like how they're experimenting with the turtles. Like it's like, yeah, we've done this. We did the classic 80s animation. They've done
3D.
Yeah, so I will say like the past couple of iterations of the turtles have felt really, really unique.
Right, and that's the thing where it's like I've seen some of the other cartoons and I've had varying opinions on how much I like certain animation styles, but I do have that, like you said, the appreciation that all of them are at least different. They're not carbon copies whatsoever.
Yeah, this kind of lends itself more to the plot of Rise, where they're younger turtles, but it's more classic in the sense of how the turtles are portrayed in the film itself. Let's talk about the turtles. I'm dying to talk about these turtles. I love these designs. I think recently, especially with the Bay films and even in animation, like Rise, I loved Rise. I love the designs in Rise, and I think it worked well for that. But for the movies like this, I've been dying for a modern version of the classic look. And I think they nailed that so well here. Each turtle feels really defined, but not too different and too over-exaggerated to the point of like, all right, Donatello's the nerdy one. Let's strap like 1,500 computers to his shell.
And give him glasses.
Yeah, but like he's got glasses here. But like, and he's got like a little utility belt.
Yeah.
But and he's got stickers on his staff. It's a really cool design.
He also just has the meekest voice. Like we haven't gotten to the voices yet, but that
we'll talk about that too. Let's go one by one and we'll talk about the turtles. Donatello is played by Micah Abbey. A lot of these kids are working actors, but they're fairly new, fairly unknown. They've done some stuff. I like that Donatello's voice is a little bit on the higher side.
Yeah.
I think it fits Donnie very, very well. I like that they're rocking the insignia, the letter insignias on the belts. Really cool. They're like a modernized version of the 80s turtles, but each turtle feels like they fit the personality of that specific turtle very well. Like we covered Donnie. Let's move on to Michelangelo. Michelangelo played by Shaman Brown Jr. And Michelangelo actually looks like the youngest here. I mean...
Yeah, like from the voices, I would have assumed Donnie, but definitely like his stature and just the way he acts and is carrying himself.
He definitely sounds the youngest. His shell looks like he can barely fit in it if we're looking at it right here. Like there's a lot of room. Like it looks like it's not even fully attached to his body yet. He's got this playful spirit to him, but classic Mikey. Love it. Not much more I can say about Michelangelo. I think he's really cool. Leonardo played by Nicolas Cantu, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. He has the longest filmography of the four turtles. Don't really know him from anything, but I liked the way he's portraying Leonardo in this. Leonardo, you could tell, is the goody-goody when all the other three turtles are trying to have fun. He's like he comes in very anxious, like, oh my god, what was that? But he seems like he's the first one to leap into action. His outfit's very standard, very no nonsense. He has the two scabbards on his back for the swords. He's got, I think, a little pouch for throwing stars, but he looks very well put together, as Leonardo would. He's like the dapper one, militaristic,
like clean cut.
Yeah, clean cut, clean shaven. Everything looks pretty normal, standard on Leonardo. And then we've got Raph, my favorite turtle.
Your boy.
My boy Raph, played by Brady Noon. I love what Brady Noon from Good Boys.
Oh my god, that movie is so stupidly
He plays
funny.
Thor in that movie. He plays like the perfect little shithead in that movie, and I love him. I love what he's doing with Raph here. It's less of an aggressiveness to Raph and more of just like it's more sarcastic and snarky.
Like he had an attitude.
Yeah, like he clearly still has the attitude, but he's not constantly like brooding and scowling.
No, he doesn't seem like he's miserable or anything.
Which is great because this is before a time when teenagers get into that brooding phase. I'm sure this Raph may grow up to be the brooding Raph that we all know, but this is the precursor to that. He's got an attitude. He's got a little bit of sass to him, and I love that. I like the uniqueness to his look. He's very scratched up and scuffed up, like his bandana's ripped. His sides are all dinged up because clearly Raph just is a maniac. He's just the most aggressive turtle. So each turtle's design really represents their personality, I think, very, very well. Mm-hmm. He looks to be the second oldest, if I'd have to say.
Yeah.
Second or third oldest. Donatello's hard to peg because his voice is high.
Yeah, and he also has, at least at what we're looking at, his stature looks a teeny bit smaller than Leo and Raph's, but like he's definitely nowhere near Mikey though.
Yeah, but what I will say, last thing I will say about the four turtles, I love their dynamic so far. I'm really glad that this trailer focused, especially when we get to the cast list that was released over the weekend at the Kids' Choice Awards. Just the fact that they focused on the four turtles, I really appreciated because that's what turtle stories need to be about, family. They need to be about their brothers. And the fact that we focused on them and we got to see their interplay with each other is so really, really cool. I think they have great chemistry. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited about that. Extended cast, we get a little bit of a tease of April, played by Ayo Edebiri. Ayo Edebiri. I've been practicing how to say that name and I messed it up.
I feel like we're still messing up.
We're still probably messing up.
I know, and I apologize.
I'm a huge fan of her. I loved her in The Bear. She's going to be in Captain America New World Order, which I'm really excited about. Mm-hmm. So really excited to see her getting work because I thought she was the standout of The Bear. Awesome in this. Awesome. We have April, another unique spin on April. Mm-hmm. Definitely a modern, I want to say looks a little Brooklynite to me, but
definitely looks younger along with them.
Yeah, very, very modern design. Really liked it. This is really an origin story. So April's meeting the turtles for the first time, mm-hmm. and I'm really excited to see how she portrays the character going forward. But man, let's talk about the rest of this cast because playing the Papa Bear of the Turtles is Jackie Chan as Master Splinter.
Was there like a brief shot of him with an afro in this?
Yes, and it's wonderful because it's, I don't know, like I want to have that different stylings of different eras. Like that would be really cool to see that in there. But just the fact that Jackie Chan is playing Master Splinter is so interesting to me. And I'm so curious to see what he brings to this character that we've seen done so many other times. I really think that he's going to have a unique spin on the character of Splinter. I'm assuming this movie is going to be about a bunch of mutants popping up, the Turtles facing a bunch of mutants, mm-hmm. Hence the title Mutant Mayhem, because, man, we have so many villains in here. Not only that, but so many villains from the 80s series, the comics, just all over continuity of the Turtles. We have Giancarlo Esposito, Gus Fring himself as Baxter Stockman, a.k.a. everyone's favorite nerdy guy. We got Paul Rudd as Mondo Gecko, Rose Byrne as Leatherhead, the alligator or crocodile. I don't remember which he is. Seth Rogen and John Cena as Bebop and Rocksteady, which makes John Cena the second wrestler to play Rocksteady in a Ninja Turtle movie, which is hilarious. We have Maya Rudolph as Cynthia Utrom, which, as some of you may not know, the Utroms are the Krang, aliens. We have Ice Cube as Superfly. We have Post Malone as Ray Fillet, which is one of my favorite turtle villain names, by the way. Hannibal Buress as Genghis Frog, and stellar cast. It's crazy how stacked this cast is.
I know. Like, the only thing I would caution is there's a lot of animated films who have stacked casts that are not necessarily amazing, but it does give you that excitement to see their portrayals of these existing characters, at least.
I'm super excited. Like I'm a big Turtles guy. Like I love the Turtles. Big TMNT guy. I guess if anyone who grew up in the 90s, 80s, 90s is a big TMNT person. So I'm always excited to see new TMNT content. I've been craving more TMNT content since the Bay films. Rise was great. I loved the Rise film. I think it was really, really good. And I think this is great also. And I think it's going to be a great introduction for the new generation to get into the Ninja Turtles.
And a good refresher for me, since I only really watched the 4Kids series.
Which is great. Which is one of the best iterations of the Turtles. A lot of some Easter eggs in the trailer.
There's the Laird.
Yeah, the Laird,
cute.
which is really cute. With the eye, taken out, which is a really nice touch. Obviously, a reference to Peter Laird. But besides that, everything moved pretty fast.
It was a very fast-paced trailer, and like that's the best part is that it's not a full length, but it felt like it still gave a lot.
It was a little teaser, but really cool. Again, I really like the way the Turtles look.
Oh, yeah.
Great chemistry. I'm excited for it. Nikki, any final thoughts on Mutant Mayhem?
I'm excited for this. Like, again, and we're getting kind of like this influx of new content, but I do, like I said, I appreciate that they're differentiating them because otherwise it would be hard to justify all their existences. But I think, at least from what I've seen so far, they've done a great job of that.
Absolutely. I'm super excited. I'm checking this movie out the day it comes out. Maybe, I don't know, or before then. Who knows? But I will be checking this movie out. If you like this video, give it a huge thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our latest content. We have tons of content coming out all the time. Power Ranger videos coming out every Monday on Morphin Mondays. And until next time, guys, stay versed.